All right, now it's my honor to bring out local author June.
Nice to meet you, Dan.
Yep, and welcome to the WYOU Spring Pledge Drive.
Yeah, film and video are such an important art form, but I want you to remember the importance of the art of prose. You know, in this digital era, fancy technology becomes obsolete within a year, but the art of a short story, that can last a lifetime.
Oh, well, do you have any short stories you might be willing to share with us?
Oh, I don't know. This one comes from my collection of short story, Moment in Crisis. Geordie LaForge and Data had no idea how they were going to prevent a warp core breach.
Wait, aren't those just characters from Star Trek The Next Generation? You don't own those characters.
Right, I'm actually using these characters as a protest against corporate-owned media. As a people, we no longer own our popular folklore. I'm co-opting media consolidation.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Continue.
Geordie looked to his android friend Data and said, "We could try recompiling the secondary antimatter buffer. That might cause a cold restart of the Heisenberg compensators, thus allowing us to vent the ionized warp plasma." Data replied, in his robot way, "Geordie, I do not think that would work. The coolant tank pressure is already at 20 gigacochrans. Even the deflector dish cannot process that much tetryon radiation." Geordie said, "You're right. This is hopeless." Data turned to him and said, "It's okay, Geordie. I know something that could relieve our tension." In an instant, both men had their uniform pants around their ankles as they began to furiously rub each other's bodies.
Well, this is not appropriate.
What? It's satire.
I guess, but we can't have this on a family show. Do you have another story?
Of course I do. As they tried to write a new advertising jingle, the stress between Uncle Joey and Uncle Jesse was palatable. Uncle Jesse let out a sigh as he said, "It's so hard trying to be writers for commercials while at the same time helping our friend Danny Tanner raise his 3 daughters." Uncle Joey turned to him and said, "Well, I know something that could relieve our tension." In an instant, both men had their pants around their
Okay,
ankles.
now stop. Now it's just erotica fan fiction again.
Actually, it's fan fiction romance. There are some sexual elements, but if you aren't trying to impose Puritan beliefs, you actually see that it's a very touching story that describes true love in all its forms. Now, I will continue. As Uncle Joey felt Uncle Jesse's perfectly moosed hair, Uncle Joey prepared to take Uncle Jesse from behind. Uncle Jesse wanted him to be careful, so he told Uncle Joey, "Have mercy."
Okay, you know what? Romance is a great genre, but maybe this isn't the place for that.
Well, how about this one? Zach and Slater were both really sweaty in the Bayside locker room. Zach said, "Gee, Slater, I don't know how I can get away with my latest scheme. I think Mr. Belding is going to catch me." Slater turned to him and said, "Well, I know something that could relieve our tension." In an instant, both men had their stonewashed jeans around their ankles.
Do you have any stories that don't involve characters from TV shows having sex with one another?
Of course, it's not like it's my only genre. Here, let me read a bit from a story that's very different. It's from my novella, Weekend at Bernie's 3, Weekend in Bernie.
You said this story would be different.
It is. The other story is about TV characters making love. Weekend at Bernie's was a movie, Dan. If that's not what you're looking for, I've also got Smokey and the Bandit Part 4, Smokey and the Bandit, and Star Wars Episode 5,
Okay.
The Empire Strikes Butt.
Okay. Well, big thanks to June.